Wait 1 second. Okay. Just before I start this, I know it says images may be subject to copyright. If you're watching my videos and you did this, it's all to you. If you want me to take it down, I will. I don't here's the thing. I have 11 subscribers. It's not like I have 1,000 subscribers yet. So, it's yours. I don't really care. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So, I'm gonna do this, and you might know what I'm talking about. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I'm a total Sonic the Hedgehog fan, much like everyone else. I like the newer games, but I don't mind playing the classics. I don't think I ever played glitchy or hacked games before, though I don't think I want to play any after the experience I had. It started on a nice summer afternoon. I was playing Sonic Unleashed. I liked how you get to explore the towns in it. And so I noticed, out of my peripheral vision, that the mailman had arrived and put something in my mailbox, as usual, and left. I paused my game to see what I got in the mail. The only thing in the mailbox was a CD case for computers and a note. I took it inside. I looked at the note first and realized it was from my dear friend Kyle, let's just call him that, whom I haven't heard from in 2 weeks. I know that because I recognize his handwriting, though that was where it is how it looked. It looked badly written and scratchy and somewhat difficult to read, as if Kyle was having a hard time writing it down and did it in a hurry. This is what he wrote. Tom, a boy, which I'm not a boy. I can't take it anymore. I had to get rid of this thing somehow before it was too late. And I was hoping you'd do it for me. I can't do it. He's after me. And if you don't destroy the CD, he'll come after you too. He's too fast for me. Please, Tom, destroy this godforsaken disc before he comes after you too. It's too late for me. Destroy the disc and you'll destroy him. But do it quick, otherwise he'll catch you. Don't even play the game. It's what he wants. Just destroy it, please. Kyle. Well, that was certainly weird. Even though Kyle is my best friend, I haven't seen him in 2 weeks. I didn't do what he asked me. I didn't think that simple gaming disc would do anything bad to him. I'm sorry. After all, it's just a game, right? Boy, was I wrong about that. Anyway, I looked at the disc and it looks like an ordinary computer CD-R disc, except it had black marker written on it. On it written Sonic.EXE. And it was much unlike Kyle's handwriting, meaning that he must have gotten it from somewhere else, like a pawn shop or eBay. When I saw Sonic on the writing of the CD, I was actually excited, and I wanted to play it, since I'm a big Sonic fan. I went up to my room and turned on my computer, put the disc in and installed the game. When the title screen popped up, I noticed that it was the first Sonic game. I was like, awesome! Because, like I said earlier, I like the classics. The first thing I noticed that was out of place was when I pressed start. There was a split second when I saw the title. There's my tablet. Actually, just for a creepy effect, I'm going to do that. I don't care. Creepy effect. Oh, I'm sorry. I went up to my room and turned on my computer and put the disc in and installed the game. When the title screen popped up, I noticed that was the first Sonic game. I was like, awesome, because like I said earlier, I like the classics. The first thing I noticed was out of place when I pressed start. When I pressed start, there was a split second when I saw the title image turn into something different. Something that I now consider horrifying before cutting it to black. I remember what that image looked like in the split second before the game cut black. The sky had darkened, the title emblem was rusty. And the Sega 1991 was now instead Sega 666. The water had turned red like blood, except it looked hyper realistic. But the freakiest thing that was in split-second frame was Sonic. His eyes were pitch black and bleeding with two glowing red dots staring right at me. And his smile had stretched wider up to the edge of his face. I was rather disturbed about the image when I saw it, though I figured it was just a glitch and forgot about it. After it cut to black, it stayed like that for about 10 seconds or so. Then another weird thing happened. The save file select from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 popped up. I was like, WTF? I'm sorry. I don't want to say bad words. What's this doing in the first Sonic game? Anyway, then I noticed something off. The background was dark, cloudy sky of the bad Stardust Speedway level from Sonic CD. There was only 3 save files. The music was that creepy caverns winter music from Earthbound. Only it was extended and seemed to have been in reverse. And the image for the save file where you see a preview of your level you're on is just red static for all 3 files. What freaked me out was the character select. It only showed Tails, Knuckles, and to my surprise, Dr. Robotnik. Now I was sure that something was up. I mean, how can you play as Robotnik in a classic Sonic game? For crying out loud! That's when I realized this wasn't a glitchy game. It was a hacked game. Yeah, it definitely looked hacked. It was really creepy, but as a smart gamer, I wasn't scared. Or at least I tried not to be. I told myself that it was just a hacked game and there's nothing wrong with that. Anyways, shaking off the creeped out feeling, I picked file 1, chose Tails, and when I selected, it got started. The game froze for about 5 seconds and I heard a creepy pixelated laugh that sounded an awful lot like Kifka. I'm sorry, Final Fantasy fans. Kifka guy from Final Fantasy before cutting to black. The screen stayed black. The screen stayed black for about 10 seconds or more. Then it showed typical level title thing, except the simplistic shapes were different. Shades of red and text showed only Hill Act 1. The screen faded and the level title vanished, revealing Tails in a green hill zone from Sonic 1. The music was different, though. It sounded like a peaceful melody. And my parents in reverse. Anyway, I started playing and had Tails start running like you would in any classic Sonic game. What was odd was that as Tails was running along the level, there was nothing but flat ground and a few trees for 5 minutes. That was when the peaceful music started to slow down into a slow, deep tones very slowly as I kept going. Suddenly I saw something, and I stopped to see what it was. It was one of the small animals lying dead on the ground, bleeding. That was when the music started to slow down. Tails had a shocked and saddened look on his face that I never saw him have before, so I had him move along. He kept that worried look on his face. As he kept moving, I saw more dead animals as Tails moved past them, looking more and more worried as the music lowers and he moves past more dead animals. I was shocked to see how they all died. They looked like someone killed them in rather gruesome ways. A squirrel was hanged on a tree with what appeared to be entrails hanging out. A bunny had all 4 of his limbs torn off. The duck had his eyes gorged out and his throat slit. I felt sick to my stomach when I saw this massacre, and apparently so did Tails. After a few more seconds, there was no animals, and the music seemed to have stopped. I still kept Tails to continue. After a minute passed after the music stopped, Tails was running up a hill when he stopped. It wasn't until I saw why Sonic was there on the other side of the screen, with his back. against Tails with his eyes closed. Tails looked happy to see Sonic, but then his smile faltered, obviously noticing that Sonic wasn't responding to him, not acting as he was totally obvious of Tails' presence. Tails walked slowly towards Sonic, and I noticed that I wasn't even moving my keyboard to make him move. So this had to have been a cutscene. Dun dun dun. I'm ending that right there since it's been like 10 minutes. I know this might be subject to copyright, but I'm still going to use this image. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, whatever. I don't really care, as I say. But I'm trying this because I like creepypasta, and I'm like now in the creepypasta fan kingdom. I've been there for a while. So I'll see you guys later. And by the way, Sonic's after you. I did that by accident, I'm so sorry. Okay.